The greatest battles you'll ever fight, you won't fight them in public. They'll happen in your mind. And see, the enemy knows it. He knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can control your future. And that's why you feel stuck. That's why you feel drained. And that's why you can't see your way out. See, this isn't about being lazy. This isn't about you having weaknesses. This is warfare. In your mind, it's the battlefield. See, I remember a season in my life where I looked strong on the outside, but inside, I was falling apart. Man, I was messed up. I was smiling in front of people, laughing in front of people, laughing in public, posting like everything was good. But the moment I got alone, my thoughts, they was eating me alive. They became louder than the voices that I would hear. And I replay the mistakes from years ago. See, I battle regret. I question my value. It don't matter the things that I've done, the achievements that I've received. I would always feel like I wasn't enough. I would always feel like I wasn't worthy. And then I realized something. I wasn't fighting stress. No. I wasn't even fighting circumstances. I was fighting for my mind. And if you've been there before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You do. And see, the enemy's greatest weapon isn't pain. No, it's not. It's confusion. Because when your mind is scattered, your focus is stolen. And when your focus is stolen, your future gets delayed. This is what happens. Literally, this is his plan. He say if he can keep your mind searching in the wrong things, searching in the wrong areas, guess what? He can keep you delayed. This is why a lot of heartbreaks, they focus on that pain. They focus on that thing that keeps them stuck. But see, a distracted mind will always live a defeated life. See, you exhausted, but you don't even know why. You're busy, but you're not fulfilled. You're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone. That's not a coincidence. That's strategy. It's a silent attack on your mindset. It is. And see, you have to recognize these attacks. If I had to give you a step, that would be step number 1. Because every thought isn't your thought. Some of them were planted to keep you small. See, the enemy attacks your mind because he's terrified of your purpose. And that's his plan. If he can keep you from your purpose, he can keep you from God's plan. And see, that's where I really understand the scripture. I call it my tenfold scripture. I get excited when I talk about this scripture. 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. That means the battle isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The attack is targeted, it's strategic, and it's intentional, and it starts in your mind. See, everybody else, they ignore the fact that there's a carnal world out here, everybody doing the same things. But when you start thinking about it, it's because of the mind. They say control the music, you control the mind. This is what they say. They say control the movies. You control what you see on the internet. It controls the mind. And sometimes it simply keeps you from your purpose. And this is why I like what it says in 2 Corinthians 10:5. It says, but casting down these imaginations and every high thing that exalt itself against the knowledge of God. If you don't recognize where the thought came from, you'll start believing lies that God never told you. I want you to reclaim your focus. That would be step number 2. Because confusion is the coffin where destiny goes to die. Confusion is the coffin where destiny goes to die. See, you've been drained, not because you're weak, but because you've been feeding distraction more than your vision. Every notification, every argument, every toxic relationship, every stroll on social media, every second you give away to the wrong thing, guess what? It costs you clarity. See, the attack isn't on your finances or your relationship. It's on your focus. Now, many people, you're going to let that go over your head. But what I want you to do is I want you to start replacing the narrative. You got to replace it. That will be step number 3. You've been repeating the wrong story. And God says you're chosen. But your thoughts keep saying you're not enough. See, you're not failing. You're under construction. You gotta let God work. You don't break the cycle by wishing for better. You break it by believing better. Romans 12:2 says, be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by what? The renewing of your mind. You got to understand something. That transformation doesn't start with money. It doesn't start with people. It starts with your mindset. Many people say, if I get new money, I can do new things. No, that's not true. That's not true. If I get new money, it's going to be a new me. If I get new money, I'm going to be able to do this. If I get new people, if I get a new job. But that's really not how transformation happens. It happens in your mind. I see people every day, they get more money and they yet end up broke. Why? Because they never fix their mind to really learn how to control their finances. I see marriages. They say, if we just got more money, our marriage problems would be over. That is not the truth. It's your mind. And I want to just share a little bit of truth with you. See, you keep negotiating your peace with people who profit from your chaos. You do. You got to stop negotiating your peace with people who profit from your chaos. And if this is hitting you right now, it's because something in you knows you've been fighting battles that nobody else can see. And that's why I built the Mindset Quiz, to show you exactly where you're stuck and how to break free. I want you to comment the word mindset below or hit the link below and I'll send it to you personally. You have to get to a breaking point. And some of you have been fighting silent battles for so long that you started believing that this is just who you are. But let me tell you something. This is not your identity. This is an attack and it has a beginning and it has an end. You got to start building with fire. See, you thought the enemy was after your peace. No! He's after your purpose. He wants your mind because he knows if you ever wake up, oh my goodness, you'll change everything and everybody around you. That's why the heartbreak came. That's why the delays happened. That's why the betrayal cut so deep. It wasn't punishment. It was proof of your potential. See, the reason you've been feeling so much resistance lately is because you're too close to a real breakthrough. That attack isn't proof that you're weak. It's confirmation that you're chosen. You got greatness in you. Because that attack, it intensified because the enemy sees what's coming next. But you can't step into what God has prepared for you while holding on to what God has already told you to release. You can't do that. See, in Isaiah 26:3, it says, "Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee." Do you hear me? Perfect peace isn't found. It's built. Built by what you focus on, what you feed, and what you believe. See, this is your moment. This is where the attack ends. This is where the confusion breaks. This is where your peace returns. This is where your mindset resets. See, I dare you to believe that lies stop tonight. I dare you to believe that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I dare you to believe that God didn't bring you this far just to leave you. And if you're ready to stop fighting in silence, if you're ready to reclaim your peace and rebuild your mind, come in mindset below. Or click the link. Because God didn't bring you this far to just leave you. Now don't let this go over your head. Straight up.